Hi, I'm Chetna here in the Food 52 kitchen, and today I am making funnel cakes with a little twist to it. So whenever I post a picture or a recipe of jalebi, I often get asked, is that funnel cake? Are they similar? And actually, I had not had funnel cakes before. So it was quite interesting for me to make this because it is similar, but not the same. First things first, I am going to dry roast the fennel seeds. It's really important because these are slightly chewy, but roasting them crisps them up and also releases the most amazing flavor. So just a pan and fennel seeds go in, and I'm just going to roast it slowly. So the flavors I'm using today are one of my favorites actually, saffron and fennel. And again, we use these two flavors combined together in Indian sweets. And I thought it'll be really nice to use them in funnel cakes because these funnel cakes are really light, and adding these flavors to it just makes them moreish and more beautiful. So before it changes color, you can smell the fennel because I love fennel. So I'm going to just crush it lightly in a pestle and mortar, or you can do it on the surface with a rolling pin if that's what you have. And it's slightly kind of browned, so it's changed color a little bit as well. Actually, before I crush this, because the pan is still hot, I am going to put some whole milk in here. And I just want to warm the milk up. So because the pan is still hot, it's warm. Done. And in goes the saffron. So for the saffron to work, it's quite good to soak it in some warm milk before using it because that helps release the color and the flavor. So I'm going to let this sit for 5 minutes, and you can already see the saffron releasing its color. And actually I can smell it already. So you don't want the milk too hot, just warm enough, and that will give me time to crush the fennel and get this ready. God, that smell is just beautiful. There are some spices and ingredients where you really don't have alternatives to some of them. So if people say you can't find saffron or fennel, you really have nothing else that smells like fennel and tastes like fennel. So it's quite popular to have this at homes in India. So my mom always has a jar of roasted fennel, and you eat it after your lunch or dinner because it's really good for digestion as well. So this will now go into some flour with some sugar and some baking powder and a little bit of salt. I will just give it a mix before I add the wet ingredients. And then I'm just going to add in 1 egg. And you can see the color of the milk has changed. It's just a lovely, not very strong, but just a mellow yellow. And you can smell the saffron. It's beautiful. Just a pinch. You don't even have to overdo it with saffron. Just a little bit is enough. I'm going to mix the egg and then slowly add the saffron milk. I need both hands to do this. It's just got a lovely consistency, not too runny and not too pasty. Somewhere in middle. Hi, I'm back from New York in my kitchen in England, but I had such a great time shooting with Food 52. While I was in town, we paid visits to 3 New York bakeries: Mel the Bakery, Ovenly, and Fan Donuts. I've got to taste loads of tasty bakes and learned a little bit more about the American bakes and some of those recipes I riffed on in the studio. You will get to see some of that footage in the upcoming episodes. And I cannot wait to share more recipes with you. Okay, the oil is at temperature and I'm just going to transfer the batter into the piping bag. And there's just enough batter and all of this will go in one go. Now you can make really kind of big size funnel cakes, or you could just make some mini ones like jalebis. So we're looking for around 170 C for the temperature of the oil. If it's too hot, the minute this touches the oil, it'll just turn golden straight away and not cook inside. So that's why you don't want it too hot. So it's now back down to 170 and I'm just going to test. So I've made a 1/2 inch cut on this. Actually, I might just go straight in. So you just want to pipe it in a circle, and if it overlaps, it overlaps. It's just as it comes, basically. It needs a couple of minutes before we turn it over. You can see the batter is turning a bit golden in the corners, and that's when you know that it's time to turn it over. There. Just so beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna get this out now. Just go with the flow, whatever shape. Doesn't have to be, well, I'm saying that and it's really is not turning out to be a circle, is it? That's what I meant. These are so light and beautiful, quite nice after a really heavy meal, and they look really impressive as if you've spent loads of time making it, but clearly we haven't. Get this out. And you know, you can top it with all sorts of fresh cream, some berries or some ice cream, some chocolate sauce, some caramel sauce. I can go on and on. The options are endless, but I am going to just sprinkle some icing sugar today. And I think this is where the difference between jalebi and funnel cakes, the main difference is at this stage, I would dip this in sugar syrup because why not? Right now, it's just a light dusting of icing sugar. And here it is, the saffron and fennel funnel cakes. Crunchy. It really is a lovely combination, and I hope you do give this a go. So nice. You can find this recipe on Food 52, and you can also check out my YouTube channel, Food with Chetna. I'll be back next month with another American bake or dessert. You have to wait to find that out. Obviously, it'll have a little Chetna twist. In the meantime, enjoy these funnel cakes.